Hello. Hi. If you were coming from my Patreon, thank you so much. If you're not coming from my Patreon, still thank you so much for coming and viewing my work. I appreciate that so much, no matter your intentions. And I am very thankful to be able to do what I'm about to do today. I trust that if you are watching this, there will be at least one message in here that is very helpful to you. So make sure to stay to the end. Excuse the nips. We don't need to pay attention to that. I have an instant lit. Oh, I guess you just. I guess I did record it. I was contemplating whether or not I was gonna light it on camera. So sometimes when I overthink things, I forget whether or not I actually do them. If that makes any sense to the average person. I don't know. Anyways, so I have some cards, and a part of me really enjoys shuffling on camera because it gives the viewer the opportunity to see that, like, I am not bullshitting. I'm actually pulling these cards. Okay, I'm gonna take a few moments to really ground myself, really stabilize my feet into the earth, metaphorically. I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I hope that that's not an issue. Okay, here's one card. I pulled two from each. What is some information? I said I was gonna take a moment to ground myself, and here I am. What is some information that is gonna be extremely crucial, very helpful to the individuals that are watching, whenever they're watching? May this be timeless. May this be something universal. Help me to be a vessel. Help me to share some divine wisdom. Okay, and I'm gonna actually. Okay. What is some information that is helpful to the people who are watching? I'm gonna pull 3 of the tarot. At the top of the deck, we have death. A lot of changes going on. Ace of Torches right below that. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put these back in the box just to make more space. Eventually, I'm putting it out there, I'm claiming it for myself. Eventually, I will have the space and the resources to do this regularly without having to worry about any issues. The way I said that was not the best. It was not the most ideal. But, all right. We have the 4 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 3 of Torches. Okay, so immediately, with these 3 cards here, there's a message of rest, there's a message of looking towards the future, there's a message of big positive change with this Wheel of Fortune here. The 4 of Swords, for some of you, could also be talking about meditation, because I know specifically for me, it's talking about rest, which I have been getting more of. But you know, when you work harder, you gotta rest harder, you gotta play harder. But the 4 of Swords, it's a card that talks about solace. It talks about rest, meditation, clearing the mind, because swords, they talk about the mentality. I'm supposed to be teaching about tarot, so in this moment, I'm going to take the time to like really explain it so you can understand it. You can look it up for yourself. With any tarot reading, you can look up the cards yourself. You can look up the individual cards and you can find out the meanings and everything. So like, don't ever like rely on someone else's interpretation, because your interpretation also matters. 4 of Swords. Yeah, in this particular, often the 4 of Swords, this is a very unorthodox 4 of Swords. Usually they're in a coffin of some sort. It's like a traditional thing, because you know, soldiers would build their coffins when they went to war or something like that. So then when they came back, it would be ready in case they died. And if they didn't die, they would just sleep in it. But there's no coffin here. There's like a planet or something, or a Cheerio. It's not a Cheerio. a cookie. And yeah, they're resting. They're on cloud 9. You know what? Swords represents air, mentality, communication, and all that good stuff. Thoughts. And then skipping over to the Three of Torches. Three of Torches is a card that talks about looking towards the future, planning for the future. Often it depicts a person holding 3 torches or 3 wands over a body of water, and they're just looking off into the distance. And in here, they're kind of just sitting. There's a lot of resting in this. It's like we're still working, but we're also taking the time to let our body rest and recharge. And I don't know if this is a tip for like anyone, but like as a Virgo placement, I definitely know I have healing capabilities, and I lately have been trying to be more conscious of it and like been saying it in my head, like, you know, I have the capability to heal. My body knows how to heal itself. I am a magnificent healer, all that good stuff. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna actually read this one. We have some interesting cards, honestly. We have Ocean, Ebb and Flow, Volcano, Volatility. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so for some of you, definitely. For some of you, for sure, there's a need to recover, like rest. Maybe you just had a surgery or something like that. You really need to slow down. Maybe some of you might have had a child or something like that. So, Ocean, Ebb and Flow. This is actually a message that I've been getting lately. Just going with the flow. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you want to have control of certain things, but sometimes it's necessary to acknowledge that you've done enough control. You've done enough work. And it's time for you to just sit back and just ride the waves. Allow things to happen. And in doing that, you have to accept sometimes that things might get out of hand. But remember that you are capable of anything. You're capable of handling anything. And Volcano, let's see. Can we go straight to there, please? LMNO, no, QR, ABC. Excuse me. Oh, QRS TU. Is there a U in here? I don't know if there is. I don't think there is. Nope. Okay. All right. This is a particularly volatile time for you. Unexpected changes, sometimes quite sudden and dramatic, are occurring in ways that you have absolutely no control over. These occurrences may be so powerful as to shake up what you formerly thought of as the foundations of your security. They may even cause you to reassess the direction your life is taking, to question some of your relationships, or to reevaluate the work you have chosen. Although these events may rock your world, know that Spirit is the guiding force behind them. It is a matter of finding your trust that life knows what it is doing in the midst of these storms of change. It also requires you to make adjustments quickly and to not cling to what was, but instead move forward and welcome with your arms wide open what is yet to come, all from a place of being present in this moment. You truly have nothing to fear. Beautiful, beautiful ending message for this really volatile card. The situation will improve also. I think this is a nice message because it's like, yeah, you have nothing to fear. Like, it's going to be okay. And let's try not to let fear ruin our situation, because I believe that you attract what you focus on. And if you're constantly anxious, if you're constantly worried about this or that, and you don't necessarily need to be, like, I get it, anxiety disorders and stuff, I have been diagnosed and stuff, but to an extent, it becomes a choice, and I know not everyone wants to hear that, but at some point it becomes a choice, and you're actively choosing to focus on anxiety, and you're actively choosing to focus on worry and doubt and fear, and you don't need that. You don't need that, because there's so much good. Like, if you're watching this right now, you have a phone, I don't know your personal situation. I mean, because just to share with me, I owe a lot of money right now. I'm very behind on a lot of payments, and I literally, physically, at this current moment in time, I know it's going to get better. I'm putting that out there. I know it's going to get better. I'm working towards it getting better. But in this current moment, I have a lot of back pain. And I've had to work very hard not to let it stress me out, not to let it get me down and discourage me from like continuing doing what I want to do, you know? So there's a message in there. Also, you never know what somebody else is going through, and I feel like oftentimes when we go through shit, we forget that there's 7 billion other people on this planet who are also simultaneously going through their own shit. And recently, I encountered a friend, or whatever, if you want to call them a friend, who was giving me a really hard time because they were stressed. Mind you, I was trying to be a friend to them. I was like trying to like get them to open up and like tell me like what was wrong, like get it off your chest. And I guess that wasn't an option for them, so they chose to just put their shit on me. And I've become a lot more patient when I've understood that nothing is personal. When people treat you like shit, it's because they don't know how to, it could be a lot of reasons. It could be because they don't know how to healthily get that out. It could be because, you know, hurt people, and that's just all they know, like passing on the feelings that they feel. It could be a lot of things, but it's never about you, you know, 9.5 times out of 10, it's never about you. It's about what they're going through and how they feel about themselves, how they feel about the world. And this has definitely given me the grace to not take things personally, which I am so appreciative of. I want to read this one actually, because Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. I mean, on the surface, it's kind of like, you know, some of you are here, like your mission, your self-imposed mission is to make others feel good, is to be a light in this world, you know? And, oh my gosh, you know that song by Charlie XCX, Boys? Oh my god, like, I embody that so much. Like, whenever I get distracted in life, it's 9 times out of 10, it's because of a dude. And I am so, I am not ashamed to admit that. Like, I love men. I love romance. I love the human body. Oh my god. Pleiades. I'm gonna take a deep breath, asking you, inviting you to take a deep breath with me. As we exist in this moment, as we show gratitude for this moment, because in this moment we are safe. In this moment we are fine. You may have a lot of things that you need to tend to, but in this very moment that you are watching this video, everything is fine. And I need you to remind yourself of that for my anxious peeps. You are a soul who has a double mission: to grow at soul level and to raise the vibration of the planet. If you've been called to write, speak, or channel, this is your sign to keep doing it. Your work is divinely guided. Of all those souls, Pleiadians are the chattiest, and so perhaps you have already started channeling some of this work into the third dimension. Thank you for doing your part in the great plan. Your presence and unique light is needed. Okay, I've never actually done the actions. I call upon Pleiadian consciousness of the highest realms and highest good of humanity to work through me. Let me be a channel for only the purest light of the essence of source. Let me channel in a way that also serves me. Beautiful. We also have the Age of Light, which we're talking about light. We're talking about, you know, consciousness. Should I read this? I'm gonna read this. The Age of Light. 11 card spread, girl. Inquiry. Is this it? I feel like if it was it, I would have found it, because age is letter A. I've been trying to take more moments of mindfulness I feel like when I tell people this, like, I'm already in that mindset, but I always feel like it's possible to do more, you know? And that's not to say that if you're not doing enough, but, like, you know. Anyway. Mystics and sages throughout the ages have predicted this period in history, and you decided to incarnate in the middle of it. There is no mistake that you are supposed to be here at this time of great change. If you ever feel unprepared or daunted by the path that is calling you, know this. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You're way more than the days that you have breathed through this lifetime. You're also all of the lifetimes that came before. All of the experiences have polished your soul into the most magnificent expression that is your authentic self. Your soul has many facets. Imagine a fingerprint. Your soul is 1,000,000 times more intricate than that. If you put together all of the fingerprints of all of the people you have been, you would not even get close to fathoming how much of a unique masterpiece you are. You came in with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is the part of you that longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is ready to step forward, that is ready to emerge. This is not the lifetime to stay hidden, but to step forth, be seen, and rise. I'm gonna actually, okay. Thank you so much. I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I have received throughout all of my lifetimes. I am ready to embody them all now without hesitation and without fear. I have been training for this for lifetimes. Beautiful. I've been training for this for lifetimes. Wow. Now, I do want to say, like, once again, all of this is not going to resonate 100% for everyone, but I trust that this is going to reach many people who need to hear this. And then, okay, to go back to the tarot, with the Three of Torches, you have been looking towards the future, and to harken back to the Death card at the top of the deck, it almost seems like, you know, you have this idea of what you want, of what you desire, but there's also, oh my gosh, that was like right in front of my face, I think. I don't know if that was on camera, but it looked like it was right in front of my face. There's also a need to be able to let go of what you thought you knew. There's a song by Sabrina Carpenter, Let Me Move You. It's technically a promo for a movie, but, like, the lyrics are so fucking deep. Like, had to let go of everything I knew, or everything I thought I knew. Let me move you. Like, bitch, like, yeah, we thought we knew this, we thought we knew that. But, like, turns out that shit is changing. Everything changes. And sometimes you just gotta change with the wind. You gotta change with the times. But also make sure you're getting the rest that you need. This is something I have to constantly tell myself. Like, sometimes you just need to just chill out. Just relax and, like, let the work that you've done speak for itself, you know? I have not eaten this morning. I considered it like a spiritual fast after a while, but I have food in my bag, but, like, you know. Anyways, I guess that's a message for you. Some of you, have you eaten today? Have you had an adequate amount of water? How are you treating your mind? How are you treating your body lately? You know? I'm going to pull a card for the volcano card, just to close off. Well, I'm going to pull a card for the Earth Magic deck in general. 7 of Cups. Okay, so you have a lot of options with this unforeseen situation that's unfolded. So that's good. You know, I mean, I believe with any situation, there's always options. Like, you know, you can't really control how other people react, but you can always control how you respond to things. I mean, it's 100. God, bro, like, you are hot. Like, excuse me for simping, but the Lovers, perfect timing, bitch. Yeah, and then the Hierophant at the top of that. You have a lot of choices. There's a lot of things in front of you, and you have the opportunity, you have the choice to do what it is that you feel called to do. And you may feel like, oh no, that's not possible. I have so many obligations. Like, people are depending on, no. The only person that you should feel obligated to at the end of the day is yourself. You are in this body, and yes, it is a wonderful, wonderful thing to want to help other people, and I believe that wholeheartedly. But you can't help anybody else if you have no energy to give, you know? Ooh, wow, that's perfect. Right under the universe, right under the Hierophant is the universe, which is also the world card. So like we're learning a lot. we're gaining a lot of information moving forward. Like it's possible for some of you there's a lover that you are wanting to like give up or something like that. And I'm not going to tell you what exactly you should do, but you know, whatever it is that you feel called to do in your heart, in your spirit, is probably what you should do. And I want to say that, and also say that sometimes we make decisions that feel really shitty. We make decisions that we sit on and we contemplate, and then we make the decision and we're like, fuck, why did I do that? But it's like, you know why you did that. You know, like, it won't make sense in the moment, but later down the line, it'll make so much sense. Like, you know? So I'm going to leave you there. Meditate more. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Treating your body well. Being patient with yourself also is a thing that I'm getting. Being patient with yourself is so important, because sometimes we fall short. Sometimes you want to be this person, you want to do these things, and sometimes you just fall short. Sometimes you just don't feel like you have it in you to fulfill that, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't be the type of person that yells at themselves because they can't fill a certain shoe or whatever. That's not the fill a certain And I think one thing that is necessary, if you were the type of person that beats yourself up about things, is why you beat yourself up about it. This is part of shadow work, you know, asking yourself those deep questions. Why do I yell at myself when I don't do well? Why am I so hard on myself? Who instilled that to me? And you might, like, I had a conversation with somebody in person the other day where I said this, and I was like, you know, somebody told you this. Like, why do you say that to yourself? And they were just like, no, I just believe it. Like, I just think I'm fat. And I'm like, no. Like, you are, but, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And it's also, like, you know, who is telling you these things? Like, you know, but, you know, to each their own. You can't force information onto people, and that's something I've come to terms with. You can't necessarily force people to understand themselves and to, like, you know. So I guess that's a message right there in itself. I want to say thank you for staying with me until the end and for being amazing. I hope, I pray, I trust that you will be able to take this information and move forward in the best way possible. And if you are not, you should definitely subscribe to this channel. And if you can, no pressure, subscribe to my, or pledge to my Patreon. Starts at $2. And if you're already pledged, thank you so freaking much. I appreciate you so freaking much, more than you could ever know. Like, thank you so much. And here's to a beautiful July. I trust that July is going to be amazingly beautiful, abundant, and peaceful for me and for you. And once again, thank you. Bye.